Assalamu alaikum. Today we do midpoint theorems, right? In grade 9, we studied about the sum of interior angles of a triangle, yes, and the exterior angle, the angle made by producing a side of a triangle, that is called the exterior angle. Then exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles, right? We studied this in grade 9. Then under triangles in grade 10, we studied about the congruency. Remember? Congruency, and then about the isosceles triangles. These are the things mainly we studied in grade 10. What we are going to do in grade 11 is to study about the midpoint theorem. And another unit is there. It's about the similarity of triangles, or we call it as equiangular triangles. Okay, equiangular triangles. And we'll see what are they. Under this chapter, we're going to study about two things. One is all about the theorem, means the midpoint theorem, and the other part is what? The converse of the theorem, right? Converse midpoint theorem. Converse of the theorem. Okay, let's start with the theorem first. Okay, right. It is there in your textbook. You go through the textbook, you will find the theorem. So this is the theorem. The straight line segment through the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and equal in length to half of it. Okay. Simply we can say the line joining the midpoints of any two sides will be parallel to the third side and half of the third side. That's it, right? In a triangle, I'll repeat it again. In a triangle, the line joining the midpoints of any two sides, right? That line is parallel to the third side of the triangle, and also it is half of the third side. I'll explain that using a diagram. Look at the book. Now, assume that these are the midpoints. This is the midpoint of AB, and this is the midpoint. Y is the midpoint of AC. The theorem says what? The line joining the midpoints. Okay, the line joining the midpoints. This line. It talks about this particular line. Okay, this is parallel to the third side. Okay, so we can say XY is parallel to BC. And one more thing, what is it? XY is half of VC. XY is half of BC. That's it. These are the two things explained by the midpoint theorem. Is that clear? It's very simple, right? Look at this diagram. Now, assume that this is the midpoint of MN. I'll mark like this, okay? And this is the midpoint of LN. So this is equal to this, right? Let this be Q. Now, I'm going to join the midpoints. Then, yes, the theorem says what? Yes, this PQ is parallel to ML. PQ is parallel to ML, and you can say this PQ is half of ML. For example, if this is 10 centimeter, what will be PQ? PQ is equal to half into 10, right? Then 5 centimeter. That's it. It's very simple, right? Consider this diagram. Now I'm going to join the midpoints of these two sides. Okay, let this be x, y, z, and the midpoint of this be A. Then this is equal to this, and the midpoint of this be B. Then this is equal to this, right? What I'm going to do, join A and B, join AB. Okay. Then what the theorem says? This is parallel. AB is parallel to the third side, that is XY. AB is parallel to XY. And XY or XZ? XZ, right? XZ. Yes, what is the second part of the theorem? Yes, AB is half of XZ. Is that clear? Half XZ. For example, if this is 20 centimeter, then this will be how much? Yes, half of it, right? 10 centimeter. Is that clear? That is about the midpoint theorem. Now we'll do some questions, right? Look at this question. This is done in your textbook. This is the first example. Go through the question first. An equilateral triangle ABC of side length 12 cm is represented in the above figure. The midpoints of AB and AC are x and y respectively. Determine the following: the length of xy, the perimeter of the quadrilateral BCYX. Alright, let me explain this. This is xy, right? This is A, B, C. Right. You know, it's an equilateral triangle. It's an equilateral triangle. Then, what do you mean by that? Yes? All the sides are equal, right? In an equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. In an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. If it is a scalar triangle, all three sides are different. Okay? Right. Now the side length is how much? 12 centimeter. Side length is 12 centimeter. Then you know, since x is the midpoint of AB, right? This is equal to this. And y is the midpoint of AC. This is equal to this. But we can use the same single line to represent. Why? Because all these are equal, because it's an equilateral triangle, right? Then each will be 6 centimeter. Is that clear? Alright. Meantime, according to the midpoint theorem, what can you write for xy? That is half of 12, right? According to midpoint theorem, this line will be half of the third side, and this is again how much? 6 centimeter. Right. The first part is to find what? The length of xy. The length of xy. Right? xy equals half BC. Why? Because midpoint theorem. Then half into BC how much? 12. So it is 6 centimeter. Got it? Right. That is the first part. The second part is to find out the perimeter of BCYX. Perimeter of BCYX. Then you can write perimeter equals BCYX. This quadrilateral. Of course, it is a trapezium, isn't it? Because a pair of opposite sides are parallel. According to midpoint theorem, becomes a trapezium. Alright. The perimeter means you must add all the four sides. Area of a trapezium, what is it? It's not asked here, I'm just asking. Yes? half into sum of parallel lines into perpendicular height between the parallel lines, right? But here you need to calculate only the perimeter at all the four sides. Is that clear? Now we add 12 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. 12 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Then how much? 18 plus 12. 30 centimeters. Hope you understood. Is that clear? Right. We'll do some questions from the exercise, right? Take your textbook and go through the first exercise. The first one is to find out the value of x in each diagram. We'll do one by one. Look at the first diagram. You need to find x. This is 15 centimeter. Okay. Right. It is given that this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So it is all about midpoint theorem. But the midpoint theorem says the line joining the midpoints of any two sides is parallel to the third side and half of the third side. So we can write x equals how much? X equals half into 15 according to midpoint theorem, right? Then it is 7.5 centimeter. Hope you understood. Is that clear? Right. Look at the second diagram now. Okay, look at this diagram now. Second part, right? The question is to find what? X. X is the third side now. The line joining the midpoints, that is given. So how will you write down the relationship according to the midpoint theorem? ED equals half BC. Right? ED is given. That is 6 centimeter. Half into BC is only x. Right? Now, if you cross multiply, you will end up with the answer. How much? 6 into 2, 12. Is that clear? Okay, look at the third part now. This is the third part, right? The question is to find what? Again x. Right. How will you write down the relationship now? The line joining the midpoints, that is 2x minus 1. That is equal to half of the third side. Half into 42 according to midpoint theorem. So you can cancel, you will get 21 and 2x minus 1 equals 21 and 2x equals minus 1 becomes plus 1, then 22. Then if you divide both sides by 2, you will get x equals 11 centimeter. Hope you understood. Alright, look at the next question in your textbook. Next question. Go through the diagram and read the question and try to understand. Alright. Look at the question now. This is LMN and these are the midpoints, that is x, y and z. LM equals how much? 12 centimeter. This is 12 centimeter. Then MN equals 8 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. And NL equals 10 centimeter. This is 10 centimeter. Okay. The question is to find what? Find the perimeter of the triangle XYZ. Find the perimeter of the triangle XYZ. Okay, according to midpoint theorem, you know the line joining the midpoints of any two sides is equal to half of the third side, right? Then you know what is xy? Yes, xy is half of ln, isn't it? According to midpoint theorem, okay? Then mn, sorry, xz is equal to half of ln, half ln. Then yz, that is equal to half of mn. Okay. Then all these are because of what? According to midpoint theorem. Okay. Then the perimeter is equal to the sum of all three sides, right? You must add these sides, xy plus xz plus yz. That is half ln plus half ln plus half mn. Hope you understood, right? It's a common factor. Take that out. Then ln plus mn. Now what? You must add ln plus mn plus ln. These three sides, right? n plus 8 plus 12. That is this. How much is that? 10 plus 8 plus 12. How much? 20, 30, right? Half into 30. That is 15 centimeter. Hope you understood. Okay, now move to the fifth question in your textbook. Go through the question. Sorry, sixth question. You will find a similar question to this. Yes? Try to understand the question now. You are given a large triangle and another triangle is made by joining the midpoints of that large triangle, and one more triangle is made by joining the midpoints of that particular triangle. Okay, this is P, Q, R, L, M, N, and this is A, B, C. Now the question is to find what is given here. The perimeter of triangle PQR is given. Perimeter of PQR. It is given. How much? 12 centimeter. The question is to find what? The perimeter of triangle ABC. Perimeter of this small triangle. That is the question. To find the perimeter of ABC. Now, I want to explain something from the previous question which we did. Look at here. Earlier, we found the perimeter of this triangle. It was 15 centimeter, right? But the perimeter of the large triangle would be how much? That is going to be 30, right? 30. This is 15. Perimeter of the large triangle 30. Perimeter of the small triangle 15. Exactly half. The perimeter is exactly half of the large triangle. I am going to apply the same theorem here, same method. Without calculating the sides, I am going to just directly write down the answer for the perimeter of LMN. Now, what is the perimeter of triangle LMN? It is going to be half of the perimeter of PQR. Then you can write half into 12. That is equal to how much? 6 centimeter. Then triangle ABC. Again, it is going to be half of what? The perimeter of LMN. Is that clear? Then I am going to write perimeter of triangle ABC. That is again half of this triangle. Half of the perimeter of this LMN. So what is the answer? 3 centimeter. Is that clear? If you draw one more triangle, say for example, one more triangle by joining the midpoints of this Then what is going to be the perimeter of this small triangle? Again, it will be half of this 3 centimeter. Got it? It will be how much? 1.5 centimeter, right? Okay. Hope you understood. Now we'll move to the next question. In the book, third question, right? There's a question. You need to draw a simple diagram for that and try to answer the question. In the quadrilateral ABCD, AC equals 15 cm, BD equals 10 cm. Find the perimeter of the quadrilateral that is obtained by joining the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and BA. Alright. Quadrilateral means we'll just think about parallelogram. That is what comes to our mind, right? Normally we used to that. Or else you'll be thinking of a square or a rectangle. But I'm going to draw a random quadrilateral, right? Say for example the shape of a kite. Don't draw a rectangle or a square or a parallelogram, because if you draw them, you will be always inside that particular diagram. You will be thinking of the properties of a square. That will come and stick to your mind. So don't draw those kind of special quadrilaterals. You just draw a random quadrilateral like this and name it as ABCD. Okay. Then join the midpoints of them. Okay, I'm going to join this midpoint. Right. Now the question is to find out the perimeter of this quadrilateral obtained by joining these midpoints. I'm going to name it as PQRS, right? Or you can name it your own, right? Now the question is to find what? The perimeter. AC equals how much? It is given. AC equals how much? It is given in the question. 15 centimeter. Okay. Then look at the board. Since we are joining the midpoints of this particular triangle, PQ will be half of AC. Is that clear? Then I can write PQ equals half of AC. AC equals 15 centimeter. Then that is 7.5 centimeter. Similarly, if you consider the bottom one, this triangle ABC, these are the midpoints. So this is going to be half of AC according to midpoint theorem, right? Then SR equals again 7.5 centimeter. This is because of the midpoint theorem. You can write the reason if you wish. Okay. Then the length of BD is given. Look at the board. Length of BD, this diagonal, the line joining the opposite vertices. It is called diagonal, right? You know that. BD is equal to 10 centimeter, right? BD equals 10 centimeter. Then now what can you say about PS? Consider this triangle ABD. This is the third side. This is the line joining the midpoints of the other two sides. So this is half of the third side. Then PS equals half of 10 according to midpoint theorem. How much? 5 centimeter. Similarly, if you consider this triangle, these two are the midpoints. So this is the line joining the midpoint. That will be half of the third side. Again, QR is equal to half of 10. That is again 5 centimeter. Now we can find the perimeter of that quadrilateral. What is the perimeter? Yes, how do you find the perimeter? By adding all the four sides. That is 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 5 plus 5. How much? It is 25, right? Hope you understood. Is that clear? Right. Look at the next question now. Next question in your textbook. Did you go through the question? Okay. You better do it your own first and then you can check with my answer. Okay? Don't copy, just do it first. Right. These are marked as equal, then you know P is going to be the midpoint of AB and Q is going to be the midpoint of BC. This is given as 40 degrees and this is given as 65 degrees. The question is to find what? Based on the information given in the figure, you need to find what? The perimeter of triangle PBQ. The perimeter of ABC is 22 centimeter. Perimeter of ABC, that is AB plus BC plus AC, that is 22 centimeters. Okay. AB equals what? 8 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. And BC equals 10 centimeter. Then we can find AC, can't we? These two are given. Then AC equals how much? 20 minus 80. 22 minus 18. 22 minus 18. It will be 4 centimeter. AC equals 4 centimeter. Okay. The question is to find the perimeter of what? Triangle PBQ. Triangle PBQ. Okay. You know AB equals 8 centimeter. Then if this is the midpoint, what is PB? PB will be 4 centimeter. Is that clear? BC is given. It is 10 centimeter. Then what is going to be BQ? Half of that, right? Because Q is the midpoint. Then it is 5 centimeter. And we found what is AC. AC is equal to 4 centimeter. Then according to midpoint theorem, what the midpoint theorem says, the line joining the midpoints of any two sides is half of the third side. Then this will be 2 centimeter according to midpoint theorem. Okay. Then how will you find the perimeter of PBQ? Perimeter of PBQ. By adding the three sides, right? 5 plus 4 plus 2. Then you will get 11 centimeters. Hope you understood. Now look at the second part. The values are given. B equals 40 degree, C equals 65 degree. You need to find the remaining angles of the quadrilateral PQCA. PQCA. Remaining angles of this quadrilateral. Okay. Look at here. Consider this large triangle. In this large triangle, in grade 9 we studied the sum of interior angles of a triangle. How much? 180, right? Addition of these two, 105. 105 plus 75. 105 plus 75. 180. Okay. Then how will you find this angle and this angle? You know, according to midpoint theorem, the line joining the midpoints will be parallel to the third side, isn't it? Then you know sum of allied angles 180. We studied that in grade 8. Yes, in grade 8 and 9 we studied that. Remember? Yes. Sum of allied angles 180. If this is 65, this will be 115. Got it? Similarly, sum of these two will be 180. Then this will be 105. Hope you understood. Then we found what? The remaining angles of P, Q, C, A. What are they? Angle A equals 75 degree. Angle P equals 105 degrees. Angle Q equals 115 degrees. If you want, you can write down the reason, right? How we found these angles. Hope you understood. Okay, we'll do the next question. Look at the book. Look at your textbook. 5th question. Finished? Do it your own first, okay? Then you can check with my answer. The question is to find what? Yes, it is given that QR plus QP is equal to how much? 16 centimeters. Okay. Then PR equals 2A centimeter. PR equals 2A centimeter. This is it. PR. This is equal to 2A centimeters. Okay. What else given? LM. This is equal to B centimeters. This is B. Alright. And this is 90 degree. I marked it already. Find the perimeter of the quadrilateral LMRP. LMRP. Look at it. LMRP. And this is what they are talking about. This particular diagram. This part. Of course, you know this is going to be a trapezium, isn't it? Why? Because according to the midpoint theorem, this is parallel to this, right? Okay, now we do it. You know the perimeter of this diagram. What is it? LP plus PR plus MR plus LM. Is it clear? Right. LP plus PR. How much is PR? It is 2A plus MR plus this will be how much? According to midpoint theorem, half of 2A, right? That is going to be A. This is the perimeter, right? Then LP plus MR plus 2A plus A, 3A, right? Okay. Now LP is equal to half of QP, isn't it? LP is equal to half of QP. Why? Because L is the midpoint. So instead of LP, I can write what? Half QP. Half QP plus MR. See, this will be half of QR because M is the midpoint of this side. So instead of MR, I can write what? Half QR plus 3. Then you can take half out. You will get QP plus QR plus 3. But already we know what is QP plus QR. QP plus QR is given. How much? 16 centimeters. So you can write half into 16 plus 3A. Then you can cancel them. Continue. 8 plus 3A centimeters. If you want, you can bracket since it is an algebraic expression. Got it? Hope you understood. Look at the second part now. The question is to find what? Express the area of that particular quadrilateral in terms of A and B. Okay. Look at area. I already told you this is parallel to this according to midpoint theorem. Then this is going to be a trapezium. What is the equation for the area of a trapezium? Half into sum of parallel lines into perpendicular height. According to that, we can write what? Yes, half into sum of parallel lines, 2a plus a. This is a, right? Since this is 2a, according to midpoint theorem, this is a. Then 2a plus a, half into sum of parallel lines into perpendicular height between the parallel lines, that is b. This is b, right? Then perpendicular height, that is b. So half into 3a into b. This is going to be the area of the trapezium. So I can write like this, 3ab over 2 square centimeters. Hope you understood. Is that clear? Right. Look at the next question. We did the sixth one already. Now we'll do the seventh question, right? Try to understand the concept and try it your own. Right. ABC is a triangle. P and Q are the midpoints. So this is equal to this and this is equal to this. Okay. P and Q are the midpoints. We need to show that the area of this triangle, what is it? PBC and the area of the other triangle, PQC, they are equal. Yes. How are you going to show? You remember we studied a unit in the first term. Yes, the last unit of the first term. You remember that? What does it say? Yes, we studied about the rectilinear plane figures and the parallel lines. You remember, with the same base and within the same pair of parallel lines. You remember? Yes. What is it? Yes. The area of the triangle. Area of the triangles with the same base and within the same pair of parallel lines are equal. That is one theorem under that particular unit. Remember, we are going to use that theorem to prove this. See whether you can understand, right? I need a construction. You know, for some we need a construction to prove. Here, what is the construction I am going to make? I am going to join PQ. This is the construction. So I am going to make join P and Q. Okay, now we can prove it. It's very simple. How? Yes? Once you join the midpoints, according to midpoint theorem, this is parallel to this. Yes? You know, AP equals PB and AQ equals QC. Why AP equals PB? Because P is the midpoint. Of what? Of AP. Is that clear? Why this is equal to this? Because Q is the midpoint of what? Midpoint of AC. Therefore, we can say what? Therefore, PQ is parallel to BC. Why? According to midpoint theorem, right? No need to write the whole theorem, you can just indicate midpoint theorem. Is that clear? So in the next step you can write, therefore, triangle BQC and triangle PBC are equal in area. Triangle PBC is equal to triangle BQC. Why? Because same base. What is the same base here? For this particular triangle, this is the base, and for this as well. Look at this diagram. for this triangle. What is the base? BC is the base, right? Common base is BC. BC, common base. And you know what? PQ is parallel to BC. PQ is parallel to BC. This is how you hope you understood. Is it hard? It's not hard, right? Okay. So far we did many questions under this. Now we'll try to prove the theorem, right? Prove the midpoint theorem.